I never really believed in haunted places until I moved into my new apartment. It wasn't some creepy mansion or rundown building. It actually had a kind of old-world charm. The place was quiet, affordable, and had a great view. But there was this one door at the end of the hallway, unmarked, no number on it, just a plain old door. At first I didn't think much of it. Maybe it was a storage closet or just an unused room, but something about that door was off. It always felt wrong. Sometimes when I walked by I could swear I heard something, like a faint scratching sound. Every now and then a gentle tap, 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 coming from inside. I asked the other tenants about it, trying to be casual. Most shrugged it off, saying it had been locked for as long as they'd lived there. One guy gave me a weird look and muttered, "Just stay away from that door." Naturally, that only made me more curious. A few nights later, I was coming back late. The hallway was empty, dimly lit, and as I walked by that door again, I heard it. This time, much clearer. Tap, tap, tap. I stopped, heart racing. It wasn't my imagination. I stood there staring at the door, trying to convince myself it was just an old building making weird noises. But then the handle jiggled, ever so slightly. I froze. My instincts screamed at me to leave, but I found myself stepping closer instead. I don't know why I did it, but I reached for the handle. It was ice cold. As soon as I touched it, the tapping stopped. Complete silence. For a split second, I thought about opening it, just to see. But something held me back. The next day, I asked the landlord. He looked uncomfortable, like he'd been asked about that door 100 times before. After a long pause, he finally said, "That room's been sealed for years. Just leave it alone. Trust me." Of course, that didn't help. If anything, it made me even more obsessed. I started noticing strange things. Sometimes I'd come home and feel like someone was watching me, even though no one was around. I'd hear the tapping late at night, always the same. Tap, 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 steady and relentless. One night I had enough. I decided I was going to open that damn door. I had to know what was behind it. Armed with a flashlight, I made my way down the hallway. My hands were shaking as I grabbed the handle again, and this time I turned it. The door creaked open, revealing nothing. Just an empty room. It was dark, cold, and smelled musty, like it hadn't been touched in years. But there was something strange about the walls. Scratches, hundreds of them, crisscrossing all over the surface, as if someone, or something, had been clawing to get out. My heart pounded in my chest as I stepped inside. The door slammed shut behind me. Suddenly, the tapping started again, louder than ever. It was coming from the walls, from the ceiling, from everywhere around me. I was trapped. In the dim light of my flashlight, I noticed something on the floor, a book dusty and worn. I picked it up, flipping through the pages, and every page had the same message, over and over, written in shaky handwriting. "Do not open the door." I dropped the book, heart racing. I didn't wait to see what happened next. I ran out of that room, out of the apartment, and I never went back. Sometimes when I'm lying in bed at night, I still hear it. Tap, tap, tap.